Good afternoon, friends. I'm Dr. Pankaj Salvi, working as Associate Professor in the Department of Obstetrics and Gynaecology. On behalf of our department, I welcome you to the Clinical Simulation and Skills Labs, and we'll be demonstrating about parturition, the stage 1 and stage 2 in labor. Let's get started. The stage 1 of labor starts with 2 uterine contractions, and with the uterine contractions, the fetal skull descends. Here we have lambdoid suture and the occiput. This is the bregma, and the position is left occipito-anterior. With further uterine contractions which goes on increasing with labor, the head descends and biparietal diameter crosses the pelvic brim. That is what is defined as engagement. With further contractions, the head flexes and ultimately the occiput touches the levator ani, the muscle which is at the level of ischial spines. It's the pelvic diaphragm. Because of the resistance of the pelvic diaphragm and the contractions of the uterus, ultimately the occiput rotates anteriorly and it comes below the symphysis pubis. So this is what is defined as internal rotation by 1/8 of a circle, so that occiput comes anteriorly and now is placed behind the symphysis pubis. With further contractions, the head descends and ultimately the subocciput hinges below the symphysis pubis. A stage comes where with uterine contractions relaxing and stopping, the head doesn't recede back and the biparietal diameter stretches the vulval outlet, which is defined as crowning. This is the point at which one has to give mediolateral episiotomy, which we will be demonstrating in the conduct of normal labor. Now, once we have given episiotomy, the birth canal widens, straightens and shortens so that the birth of the head is facilitated without any undue tears at the anal sphincter or the perineum. With contractions, ultimately the subocciput hinges and the head is delivered by extension. This happens because the perineum is present on the posterior aspect while there is no muscle anteriorly, so the delivery of the head with extension. Now, with contractions, the head further descends and the torsion on the neck, which had been sustained because of internal rotation by 1/8 of a circle, is now detorsion, and this is what is called as restitution, which is in the opposite direction of internal rotation. Further, with the uterine contractions, the shoulders rotate internally so that the head rotates externally, and this is a welcome sign. Internal rotation of the shoulders is demonstrated or evident by external rotation of the head in a direction opposite of the internal rotation. Now, with contractions, the anterior shoulder delivers first and then the posterior shoulder and the rest of the body. That is what is the end of the second stage of labor. Starting when the os is full dilated, with the contractions of the uterus, the head is pushed down and a stage comes where the biparietal diameter stretches the vulval outlet, and in spite of ceasing of the contractions, the head doesn't recede back. It remains at the perineum, stretching the vulval outlet. This is the point at which a episiotomy is given. Lignocaine infiltration is given in between the contractions. Wait for a period of around 1 to 2 minutes, and when crowning has happened, you give a left mediolateral episiotomy. The aim of the mediolateral episiotomy is to widen, shorten and straighten the birth canal. This helps in delivery of the fetus without undue perineal tears. With contractions of the uterus, the occiput delivers by hinging under the symphysis pubis. The delivery of the head occurs by extension. This is followed by restitution, which detorts the neck because it had sustained a torsion of 1/8 of a circle. Further uterine contractions makes the shoulders to come in an epidirection and the head moves in a direction opposite of the internal rotation. contractions further helps, and the delivery of the baby is happening with anterior shoulders delivering first in all normal deliveries, followed by the posterior shoulders by lateral flexion of the trunk, and then the rest of the baby is delivered easily. This marks the end of the second stage.